In this video, we will rig this entire character. So we know already this character. I did choose it into the demo files of blender.org. You can download it as well. I did just create a simple t-shirt and a simple short for the purpose of this rigging. And what we will do, we'll just create a basic interface that will help us to manage well this rigging creation. So what I like to do when I work with this, I like to split my interface with two 3D views. And I like to use a matcap here over there with a single here, let's say a color, a little different than the gray, because the armature will be in gray, and like that we will have something that we will make a difference between the object and the armature more easily. Okay, so let's play a little with the single value here. You see that you have the possibility to change the color of your so let's go with something like that. Might work well in that case. Okay, so good, now we have the color and we would like to split, so we go into a vertical split like this and we'll split it in two. So what we'll do, we'll just hide all of these things here that are not really useful in my opinion for what we need to do there. Like this, they will not disturb into the interface, and I will hide the tools into the right side because basically we'll not use it that much. We will go with shortcuts directly. So now let's create, you see that I have my character that is split in different objects. I have the main body that I can just call body here. Okay. Then we have some eyes, okay, there that are parented to the body. We have the shorts and we have the t-shirt. Okay, good. So now we create a collection, and this collection will be the rig, and we are ready to go. So for this, let's just add an armature. It's not in the good place, so make Ctrl Z, Shift C to make the cursor in the center, and Shift A add an armature. So you can see by default it's big, so I just want it in front like I told you. Now I can really see the difference well between the object and the armature, so it's better. And I will go directly into edit mode, enable the X option here because I will make something symmetric. In the purpose of this tutorial, I will not rename all the bones. You can see, you will can see that there are some ways to not use the renaming, and in that case I will not rename. In some cases you will want maybe to make the rig for collaborators, for animators or things like that, and in that case for sure you will have to rename everything to make it work. But in this tutorial I will not rename the bones, but you will see that it works pretty well anyway. So what I will do, I will go in front view in one side and in side view in another side like this. Okay, so let's go and create the base of the spine. Okay, so we'll go there and go basically near with GZ a little under here the belt, okay, something like this, and it's the center of gravity of your character. And basically inside view now I can just extrude that and follow the body. Okay, maybe 4 bones or 5 bones are enough. It's not useful to have a lot of bones in that case. Okay, so let's say something like that, that will follow the body over there. Okay, then after we'll make a bone to make here the neck. Good. And then the head will be with 2 bones because we want to take these vertices, and as the influence is with the distance, let's say that here if I just make a bone like that, okay, it will work well. But in that case, you will not catch the informations here from this bone because the distance is less here so they will take the less far. So it might take a little from this. So what I do usually, I make a big bone like that. Like this, if I move that one, this one will move and it will catch the vertices, for example, of the shin there. Okay, good. Now let's continue this and we will go in front view. In front view here, we have the possibility, maybe the neck is a little too high, and we can split, sometimes subdivide if needed. In that case, we can subdivide this, okay, a little to have this kind of shape. And I will make the extrusion for the shoulder. So let's go for it. The goal is to have a good orientation, so use Ctrl R if needed. Okay, put this into the center of the main geometry. Okay, you can see that here it's well centered, and here it's well centered as well. And we will make the same basically for the arm and the forearm. So I move it into front view and I move it into side view to adjust where it needs to be. Okay, and here we will have a basic, very simple rig. Sometimes for the forearm, it's good to split this in two to have a better deformation. I might do that maybe and subdivide this, okay, and move maybe a little that one a little more over there with G. Okay, now I just make extrusions. Yeah, I just will add the screencast keys like this. You see what I do. It wasn't there. Okay, yeah, I just make extrusions G and R for now. I just use their shortcuts. So I will make the main for the end here, for the hand. So I will just make a basic extrusion here. And what I will do for the fingers, we will make something easy to can work with the parenting. So here you have the main hand and you want that all the bones that you will create after will be the parent. So what I do for this, I just make an extrusion, okay, and another extrusion, and it will be the base of my index there, for example, okay? And I can remove this one, remove the entire bone, and you can see that it will keep the relationship between the two, and that's why it's important. So I will make a Ctrl R to align that well, okay, to have this nice orientation. And now I will just create the fingers, okay? So same here, we work inside view and in front view. So if I make an extrusion there, okay, I come back to this extrusion and align it to the finger. Same here, it really has to be in the center of the geometry. So you can see that it can take some time to make an entire character, as there are a lot of articulations. And another one. Okay, and align it well. You can put it just a little outside, it will work, okay? So now, as I don't want something, as I don't want to make this operation always, what I can do, I can just select here the entire here linked part here, and I just duplicate this, make a rotation. It will keep the relationship with the basic hand here, and I scale it up just to align it as much as I can in front view and side view, just like that, okay? And you can see that you will not have to move that much the bones just by scaling it very easily, okay? Move it up, move it down, make a rotation, and you can see that it's well aligned. So if I just focus on this and turn around, it's well placed maybe just in front view a little over there more. Okay, not bad. So we'll make the same for this one and that one. What you can do in that case, for example, here, if I make the next one, so I will make the rotation, okay, again, and I can make Control 1 to see well what I do into the next one, okay? So I will scale this down a little. Maybe make a rotation over there. Put it well in the end and in the beginning of the finger. You might have to change some parts with very subtle movements like this, but yeah, as you can see, it works pretty well with the duplication mode. I like to take the entire link like that and duplicate it. It's far easier. Okay, so now I will just take these bones here and duplicate for the last one in front view as well with Control 1. So the other side, and I will just make Shift D, make a scale, make a rotation. Okay, see if it works well. It seems that it works well. Make a little rotation if needed. Okay, and again a little rotation. The orientation of the bones are very important in that case. So I make Control R again. So it has to be well oriented because we want the rotation to follow the axis of the finger, okay? Imagine, for example, we don't want the finger to rotate like that. We want to rotate it like that, okay? So it's important to align the bones with this final rotation, okay? Sometimes you enable the axis to see what will happen there, but basically here we see that it works well very easily in that case, okay? So we just hide this, it takes a lot into the interface anyway. And what we will do again, we will just make the sum here, so it will be 3 bones. The first one is here. Okay, so in side view here and in front view over there, I will make the beginning of it here. Make an extrusion to have the beginning of the sum, and I will remove that bone. It will be the same system like this. This bone here will be parented to that one. We can see the relationships. We can see the relationships lines. So again, I make Control R and see what will happen with the rotation here. So again, here we have to maybe see the axis for some cases here. We can see the X value is negative over there. So it will rotate into the right way here. I come back into side view and make an extrusion and make an extrusion again. And here I just have to adjust the bones with GX here. Like this, I'm sure that I will not move any other axis. And like this, you will have a nice hand rigging, okay? So we'll make the same for basically the legs, okay? We will make the hips just by making a Shift E. Like this, we have a double extrusion. And from the middle of the hip here, we can start the extrusion. So I will go inside view. Sometimes you can see that this will disturb a lot. So what I do in that case, I go there and hide this. I can hide some parts. Like this, they will not disturb us during the processing of modeling the rest here. And now I will extrude this until the knee, well in the center. Be careful of that, okay? And continue that until the ankle, okay? Again, be sure to be well in the center with GX here. And then I will do this. So I will go into this part. Like this, you will keep the flexion. So you have two ways of doing this. You can go and make all the feet fingers over there, exactly the same way we did the fingers here. Or you can make, if you don't want to animate that and just make a simple something simple here, you can just make here with Control 7. Here I will see more what I do. You can just make a big bone here. So with Control-R, I align it well. Okay, and this, I can just create a big bone over there. And what I can do, just to be sure that this part will be taken, I make an extrusion and take this. And I make an extrusion. Oh, no, oh, sorry, just the tip of it. I make an extrusion and take this. Like this, I'm sure that basically all this part will be taken and I can remove that. So what it will make basically, when you go into pose mode here, when I will make a rotation of this, it will follow, and that's what happened with the real foot. Okay, maybe that one is a little too far, so I will make a G, Y in that case. Yeah, somewhere near here. So you can make it basically just by adding these bones like this. Okay, it will work, and you don't have to make all the little fingers like this, but you can make it as well exactly the same as it works for the hand. Okay, so let's come back in edit mode here, and inside view I will just make one that will take this part of the foot here. Okay, important one as well. And now I think we have all the bones, and that we created all the bones for the body. There are a few things that I want to make for the eyes and for the face here. So what I will do, I will just make Alt H, and I would like to create something that will take here the ears over there. And depending of what you want to do, if you want to create an entire face rig, you can just by adding some bones like this, and you can move and it will deform. Or you can just use the shape keys like we did see into the key-based animation. So both will work. The rigging is a little more complicated because in some cases the expressions are not really what you want. So be careful with face rigging. Usually a good shape key, good shape keys will really make the job, okay? But what you can do at least is to make the eyes, so for adding the eyes, the ears, and maybe the eyebrows over there, just to create simple expression and to show you how it works to create this kind of rigging. So let's go for this. First, let's add just the ears. So I will make a Shift E like that to create a tip here. And I will go inside view here again and see where it will be. Okay, somewhere near here might be good. So after, depending on what you want to do, you can just create a simple shape like this, okay? Inside the ear. And like this, you will have the possibility to move things a little more freely. Okay, so here we have the shape. We can remove that one again. It will keep the relationship between the two. I will make this same kind of thing over there. So I make an extrusion again in front view. Put it here. Sorry, not an extrusion. A double extrusion with Shift E. Okay, come there. Good, and now you can start to extrude here, there, and there, and you come back to all the elements that you want to move into the y-axis. Now you can move it like this, gy for this one, okay, and gy for that one. Like this, you will have a chain that will be well inside the geometry. Okay, it's important to keep it inside. Good, just to add some bones like this. I can remove now these bones over there, and you can make the same for the entire face like this. But it has some limitations. The first thing we can do here is to parent all the bones only to this one. So we don't want a behavior like this in pose mode. Like for example, now if I want to pose this, if I move everything, it will move everything, or make a rotation, it will make a rotation for everything. So what I like to do is can move that one freely if needed. So in that case, what I do here in edit mode here, we can just tell that here into the relationships of the bones, here you can see that it's connected to his parent. So I will disconnect that, and like this I can move freely the parts that are important in my opinion. So like this they will be disconnected here from the parents. They did grow up, they leave the house, they are disconnected from the parents. Good, good. So here we have this. Now we would like to parent the eyes, and the eyes, it's a little different from the rest because it's not a deformation. The eyes will stay the same shape, it's still a sphere, and so it's important to understand that. So this part will not be a deformed bone, and that's why it's important to understand how to rig the eyes. So what I will do, I will just create a new bone here with Shift E by making an extrusion like this, okay, more in front view, okay, like this, good. And what we will do, we'll just go inside the eye like this. I go in wireframe view, and you see that here I have a center loop that represents the center of my object, so I make Shift S cursor to select it. Now I'm sure that the base of this bone will be well placed if I make Shift S selection to cursor, and now it's well in the center. Now I can make a EY, and I will have my bone eye, okay, and make a simple rotation here with Control R, a simple bone roll, and now I can remove that one, and now I will have this kind of behavior like this. Good. So you can see that it's not that complicated to make. It's just a little time consuming. It's a very, very good exercise in terms of modeling, just modeling and navigate into the 3D view to make this kind of exercise. So I really recommend to make it yourself, please. I know rigging, it's a little complicated, and some people, they want to escape from it. But it's really important, this exercise, just for being really good at navigate with the two views. You can see it's really important for that. And making your own rigs are really important. For example, let's say you want to create a rig for something totally different from a human. You have some pre-made rigs that will work perfectly for humans, for example. But let's say you want to rig an insect, or a spider, or a dog, or a bird, okay? It's important to know how to manage rigs yourself. That's what I want to do by showing you this knowledge. So here, it's the basic creation of the rig. In the next video, we will see how to parent. A last thing to do before that, before parenting, we told that the bone here is not a deformed bone, so we will just not use the deformation here, okay? It's important because when the eyes are moving, The rest will not really move actually. Okay, so or just a little, but this you can manage it with other options like shape keys. Okay, so in the next video I will save you this into the source files, and in the next video we will see how to parent and start to deform our character with these bones.